Coach, thanks very much. Spread between 4th and 6th Streets in downtown Minneapolis. We welcome you inside spacious U.S. Bank Stadium. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Minnesota Vikings. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Mike 54. You don't know no better. Jim.
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. 2nd down. Well, he can be a load to handle off the edge, and he can do it against the pass. Sure, he can do it against the run like he did there.
And you mentioned a load. How about having to adjust to his speed as well? Because not only does he bring some pop, he brings some dash as well. A nice play on that situation.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Right here. Hey, 382, listen.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Cousins. And that'll be incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. And now it's 3rd down. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
And he comes back with one complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. From 21 yards away, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
And no matter how it comes about, when you get good field position, you have to make the defense pay. Short fields usually make for good offense.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a 1st down as well. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Leonard Fournette. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Jags picking up the 1st down there, a gain of 12.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it, because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
From the 50, Newton. And his throw here's incomplete. Coverage there by Kevon Seymour.
Well, Brandon, all receivers are trying to make sure that the defender thinks they'll go into the middle of the field when they're running the outcut. On that play, didn't get it done very well because that one was batted down.
To throw is Newton. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Coverage there by the safety, Harrison Smith.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
On 2nd and 7, Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Yannick Ngakoue able to record his 5th sack of the season. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And it's fielded at the 34. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay.
Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And the Vikings pick up the football. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. He had gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you got the run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. You know, I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. Miles Jack there to make the tackle. From just shy of midfield, Cousins. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Finding his way home for the sack that time, Taven Bryan. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get, because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. The screen does get him 9, but it also brings up a 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And they'll get to this and touch it. Looks like, yeah, right at the 15-yard line here.
At their own 15-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're probably lucky to only be down 7-0 as they come up 1st and 10. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Danielle Hunter. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Throwing is Newton. He's got this one complete to Sherfield. And he's going to get this from the 6 out to the 12. A pickup of 6 as they double their workspace.
And it's 3rd down.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all. And now they're looking at 3rd down here. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Ready. 54 miles. Here we go, D. Here.
3rd and long. It's Newton. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Danielle Hunter able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Cousins. Setting up the screen for Cook. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Cousins gives way to Cook. And an alley to run. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the 1st half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points. Get that 0 off the board. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Newton. They give him a gain of 37. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
Now Newton. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? It creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the 1st half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the 1st half.
And an alley to run. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 32 that time.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. 1st down, here's the run with Cook. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And all the way down to the 25-yard line. They've moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Throwing, Cousins. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Two minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
NFL quarterbacks work so hard on their mechanics, and they do so much repetition in practice, off-season, the whole deal. They expect it to be autopilot once the games start. That way it eliminates any type of pressure of the game, pressure of people in your face, all of that. That didn't shine through on that throw, though, did it?
No. A little bit of a dangerous pass and off target, too. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Anthony Harris.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. They go play action here on first down. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
To the air again, it's Cousins. This is caught. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. DJ Chark, his second touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Now Cousins. And a pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. Here's Madison running on first down. And he'll take this for about 4 up to the 46-yard line.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. To throw on 2nd and 6, Cousins. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. Here's Madison. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Back to the ground on first down. Here's Madison. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading the play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Gun.
Go back. We got motion. Back up.
Cousins. His throw caught right around the 6. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there, a 22.
First and goal.
Let's go, D.
They'll run with Montgomery. And a little bit of space there, takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Check 13. Check 99. Check 99.
They'll try to run with Madison, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
It's 3rd and goal.
Good route here.
3rd and goal for Cousins. This is caught, and he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Kirk Cousins with 3 touchdown passes now on the afternoon. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone.
Fairbairn set to kick off.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. On second down now. It's Taylor, and he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Newton. Throw left side, complete to Moss. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a first down. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Here's Taylor. Tackle made there by the UCF man, Mike Hughes.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
2nd and 5 now. Newton. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12. Out of the gun, Newton.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Now Newton. That'll be caught over the middle by Moss. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4.
Ready? Hey!
To throw again on 2nd down. Newton, and he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. DJ Chark, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Jaguars get a score closer. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that will shave one more off this lead. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe mix it up a little bit with play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out.
That's good for our Vikings. First down. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10. They'll run with Madison. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Cousins. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive, not much sense. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And, oh, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
What a catch and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
They
don't
get a little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
10 yards there, good enough for the Jags' first down. Newton now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. Now throwing on 1st down and completing it. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a 1st down as well. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the gun, here's Newton. Looking long for Westbrook. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook. And it's second down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Newton. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 38-yard line. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 38. Newton now to throw. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Fournette, a first down carry. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. He already has 2 sacks to his credit. Now another tackle for a loss.
And you know how you can always identify who was supposed to block him? They're the ones helping up the person who just got knocked to the ground with the ball, right? Whether it's a running play or a pass play, they've got to figure out a way to slow him down. Maybe you chip him with a second guy. Maybe you just out-and-out double him. Maybe you make sure you take the ball and throw it as far away from him as possible. Because right now, he is wrecking things for them.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Here's Newton. He's got it. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. From 10 yards out. And the Jaguars make some inroads here on that deficit. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting run. So much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, they had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Let's go.
Throwing here, Cousins. And he's got his man on the out route. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
Quit talking about it.
Throwing again on second down. Newton flushed out right. He's going to let it fly. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. D.D. Westbrook, his intended receiver. And that takes us from second to third down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Here's Newton. Well, the two men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. Another incomplete pass there. What do you take from this game offensively?
Well, you know it's tough to really analyze for them because it is a team game, right? Let's be honest, though. The defense did them no favors in this one at all. Offense actually moved the ball. So, bottom line, film session, defense, it's going to be a real tough one for them. Offense, they'll get a little bit of praise.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Newton to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Jaguars. DJ Chark, 55 yards. And the Jaguars get a score closer. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that will get them one closer. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes, get out of there.
Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day.
On second down, it's Montgomery. And he'll be taken down here, and that is how this one is going to come to an end. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Vikings, they climb back to 500 now at 3 up and 3 down. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Jacksonville, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against Jacksonville. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready? Are you ready?
Get ready, dog.
This be the green light, go. Tires burn the pavement. People wanna know where Mace, Posse, and Dave went.
Still here, still in your ear with a style so hot, you'll see where all the sun rays went.
Legs, arms, the head, all being moved in a frenzy.
The blends be all the right cred.
Meaning credentials.
Best of both worlds
When we rockin' over pearls and the instrumental.
Are you ready?
Set? Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go.
Keep it steady, to the letter right. Turn it up, we giving the show.
But can you rock it like rocket
What you
fuel?
talking about? Space or out your mind?
But can you rock it like rockets,
That's
fool?
close in the counter of what kind? Gentlemen.
When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, pass to your receiver.
All about running the spot.
And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather.
Cardio kingpin.
Subjugate the dub play.
And you know we can't wait to bring spins.
A-star quizzes, A+ the final.
Vocals we align, we're moving.